Today I'd like to talk during this video about summer safety, really around heat and hydration and so on and so forth. But before I start, I want to proudly announce that we had our state inspection today and we've had 0 deficiencies and everything ended up perfect. I'm just wicked excited. So yeah, I'm excited. So let's get to it. So what I really want to talk about today is about temperature regulation in brachycephalic breeds such as our Frenchies, our Frenchtons, Boston Terriers, and other Bulldogs and Pugs as well. This could also pertain to even Shih Tzus, I believe. But heat can be really it's really nice to be able to do things in the summertime, but we have to be mindful of the limitations that our dogs have. So for example, where we might enjoy sitting in the sun and bathing in the sun and soaking in those rays, they can only limit themselves to a certain amount of that before it becomes too much for them because of their flat faces. So too much sun and too much over exercise in warm weather can really be a life-threatening situation. So I'm hoping this video can help with that, providing some information in regards to that anyway. So I'm going to try to make this as smooth as possible. I am going to look at my notes, so if it feels a little laggy, I really apologize for that. But so heat and sun exposure risks for brachycephalic breeds. There's many things that they can affect it. They can end up with heat stroke, which is life-threatening. The body temperature rises rapidly and they can't cool down by themselves. Overheating, panting becomes ineffective due to their airway obstruction. Airway collapse, heat causes swelling in the soft palate and larynx, restricting airflow. Hypoxia, which is low oxygen levels from restricted breathing. Sunburn, especially the little pink noses, their underbellies, and their thin fur areas, they could potentially get sunburned. Paw pad burns. Pavement can exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit in the summertime. Dehydration worsens airway swelling and overheating. Well, let's see, and damage to eyes, just like us human beings. You know, we wear sunglasses to prevent that damage. They don't have that access to wear sunglasses unless you have a very, very trained Frenchie. Skin fold infections, that heat, the hot, and the sweat. Well, not really sweat, but the hot and the moisture in the facial folds can cause bacterial overgrowth. And of course, allergic flares. Heat increases inflammation, making eyes and skin more reactive. And the most important thing that people need to realize, do not leave your dog in a car. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Brachycephalic breeds, any dog in particular, but even more so the brachycephalic breeds, that temperature in that car is so hot that your dog can die within minutes. It can be pretty traumatic for you and of course the animal itself. So overexertion risks in warm weather can include several things. We have exercise-induced collapse, where they're suddenly weakened and wobbling and collapsing. That's pretty serious. BOA flare-ups, where their airway swells and snorts and gagging and choking. Respiratory distress, rapid breathing, blue gums, panic. Hyperthermia, internal temperature rises faster than they can pant. Heart strain, heat and exertion, increased cardiac overload. They can vomit, they can have diarrhea, they can collapse, muscle cramping, nasal passage swelling, gastrointestinal distress, such as vomiting and the diarrhea. So here's some ideas of steps that need to be taken, and quick action is really what's going to help with your dog's recovery. First of all, move them into a shaded area or preferably an AC. Don't wait at all. Don't make any phone calls. Just automatically get them into a cooler environment. Start cooling them with cool water, not cold water, but cool water. Apply that to the belly, paws, armpits, groin, and use a fan if it's available. Remember, it's got to be cool, not cold. offer sips of cool water. Let them drink it slowly, but never force it. Take their temperature if you can. Their temperature usually is 99.5 to 102.5. So heat stroke begins at 104 period. So once you start seeing that their temperature drops to 103 degrees, we want to prevent overcooling, so we would stop doing what we're doing. Overcooling can put them into shock. Use airflow, which, turn on your fans, get that air going, especially when you have a person or an animal that has a hard time to breathe. You definitely want to do that. Call your vet, because this can also cause internal damage, and the internal damage can still occur even though they've cooled down. And transport to the vet as soon as possible. Every second, every minute counts. So things what not to do. Do not use ice water. God forbid, do not use ice water. This causes the blood vessels to constrict and trap heat inside. Do not submerge in a cold bath. That can send your dog right into shock. Don't cover the dog fully in wet towels, preventing heat from escaping. Do not force water into their mouth. This could risk them aspirating and choking. Don't delay the cooling while calling the vet. Cooling must begin immediately. It's so important. Do not give human medications. They do not reduce heat stroke and cause toxicity. Do not assume they are fine once they cool down. Organ damage can appear hours later. Do not leave them alone to rest. They need constant monitoring until the vet. You need to go to the vet immediately if they collapse or are unable to stand. Vomiting or bloody diarrhea, blue, gray, or pale gums, seizures or tremors, unresponsiveness or confusion. Every minute, every second counts. This video really is not meant to scare you. It's more to educate you and let you know how you can prevent these type of things. And if something should happen that they are overheated, you can actually address it in a timely manner. So therefore, the chances of survival are there. Dogs can die from being over hot or being too hot, just like we are, but they're more prone due to their short face. So anyhow, if this is the first time tuning in, please like, subscribe, and we are hoping to do more videos like this to teach, educate, and give you a little moments to watch and put a smile on your face. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.